Hello and welcome to Pearls of Paradise. My name is Courtney and I'm coming to you from Parma, Ohio, where I live with my husband and all of our yarn. Today is Friday, August 4th, and I am so glad that you're joining me for some knitting and crafting chat. Grab something to drink, something to work on, laundry, whatever you're doing. Grab that, come sit down and join me. I'm so glad that you're here. If you are new here, a huge welcome. I know we have quite a few new faces. And if you're returning, I'm really glad that you're back. Welcome back. How has your last couple of weeks been? Mine have been a little up and down, lots going on, but also nothing going on. Finishing out summer. Our craft along kicked off on Tuesday, which was so exciting. I hope that some of you also cast on Tuesday. I'll share what I cast on in a few minutes. Sometime during this episode, we'll talk about it anyways. And if you are like, what craft along are you talking about? Let me tell you. So I am hosting the Kit and Caboodle Craft Along. It runs from August 1st, so we just cast on, all the way through October 31st. So lots of time. The rules are pretty simple. Whatever you're making has to be either from a kit or a set. Sock sets are fine. Someone asked about that. If you're using a mini skein set in a shawl that's larger, that's totally fine. If you're knitting like a shawl or something and you're only going to use half a mini skein set, that's fine. As long as it's a set or a kit, if you can justify it, I'm happy with it. Whips are welcome as long as they are 50% or less completed by August 1st, or I guess were 50% or less complete by August 1st. You're good to go. It's fiber crafting only, but we're pretty flexible on what fiber crafting is. I'm going to pause. There are life noises happening. My windows are open. The dog across the street is barking. I'm sure you can probably hear it. My blinds will probably clatter a little bit. This is life. It is a gorgeous day in Paradise. So we've got the windows open. You're just going to hear neighborhood noises. The ambiance of Paradise. Okay. Guess the ambiance. Nope. Spoke too soon. We're just going to keep going. Anyways, fiber crafting. Just a fiber crafting kit. Macrame, cross stitch, embroidery, knitting, crochet, weaving, spinning, rug hooking, punch needle, whatever. If it's a fiber craft and it's a kit and it's less than 50% done ahead of August 1st, we are so good to go, and I really hope you'll join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. You've got 3 months, plenty of time to finish some kind of a kit. So you can either enter on Instagram, which the hashtag has probably been on the screen for a while now, or you can join over on Ravelry in the Pearls of Paradise Ravelry group. I have a chatter thread and an FO thread over there. And for Instagram, I was going to make an FO hashtag, but I decided that was just too much. So we're just going to use the one hashtag. I will attempt to pull for prizes from finished objects. So enter over there as well. If you don't have either platform or those are not accessible to you, don't worry, that's totally fine. You can also just send me an email with pictures of your project. Tell me what you're working on over there. pearlsofparadise@gmail.com. That is completely fine too. I just want you to join. I want you to have fun. I want our group to have some camaraderie and craft along together. Let me know what you're working on down below. I would love to hear. I think that's... Oh, you know what? Let me just really quick show those prizes. Little crinkle warning here. One of the prizes, one will be for Instagram, one will be for Ravelry. These are... So you can enter both places, by the way. If you want to enter in both places, that's awesome. If you email me, I'm probably going to pop you in both spots. These are the Forget Not Mitts by the Alpaca Yarn Company. There's the yarn. And so that's one prize. The other prize is a kit for the Shortcut Cowl by Stephanie Levin. The yarn is dyed by Created For You by Laura. And both of those will be getting, both winners will also receive this little sweet pineapple cross stitch kit. So even if you're not a knitter, not a crocheter, and yarn isn't quite your jam, you'll still get a little something else. So yeah, I can't wait to see what you all are working on. A few people have posted in the chatter thread over on Ravelry, and a few people have used the hashtag. Oh, I cannot wait to see your creations. So exciting. All right, done with Cal talk. Let's do a teensy life update that's kind of admin. My great uncle passed away this past week. So we will be heading out of town in a couple of weeks for his celebration of life. I'm really grateful that I get to go. And my work schedule had already kind of been changed around a little bit that week anyways. So I don't have to ask for time off work or anything like that. That being said, not entirely sure what that week is going to look like. Not entirely sure how that podcast is going to go, when that will go up. I would really like to do one. I don't want to go a whole month without recording for you. So that being said, I think I'm going to try something a little bit different. I have been wanting to do an Ask Me Anything Q&A type of episode for a while now. So I think I'm going to incorporate that into this next podcast. So if you have burning Pearls of Parmadice podcast questions, leave those down below. Message me on Instagram. I'll probably put something up in my stories. Send me an email, Ravelry message, however you want to reach out and ask your questions. I have had a few people ask questions that I haven't answered. I've been holding off for an episode like this. So yeah, ask me whatever, within reason. Please keep it appropriate. And we'll do a little Q&A episode next time, I think. Not entirely sure when it'll go up. I'm hoping to keep with my regular schedule, but we shall see. I think that's it for admin. Let's get into the moment you all have been waiting for, finished objects. My first finished object, if you follow me on Instagram, you have seen it. And it is my husband's Mammatus shawl. I am over the moon about this shawl. It came out so beautiful. The yarn is, you can tell, super drapey. He loves it. I will insert some pictures of him wearing it here while I talk about it. The yarn is West Yorkshire Spinners Fleece DK in the colorways Forest, Fossil, and Ravine. And it looks so good on him. He absolutely loves it. He keeps saying how soft it is. And for a BFL, it's non-superwash. It is quite soft. It's very drapey. I'm going to put it on just to have it on. And I really like it. I may be borrowing this on occasion. It is so, so nice. The pattern is Mammatus by Gabrielle Matthews. And I had test knit this pattern for her back in February of 2022. I had just finished it. My husband was completely enamored with mine. We went to Wild and Woolly at the Cuyahoga County Fairgrounds, and he saw this yarn, promptly bought it, and handed it to me and said, "Make me one of those." We've been married a long time, so he knows things don't always get done quite right away. This has been on my needles since, I believe, last September. I had a little bit of a snag partway through. I just could not get my stitch count right, which did not happen during testing. It has nothing to do with the pattern. It is 100% a Courtney error, not a pattern error, which is what it is. It's totally okay. I ripped back recently to where I could get my stitch count right, and it flew off the needles after that. I think last time I had just started putting the green in when I showed you, and now it's finished. He loves it. I love that he loves it. It came out so nice. The only modification I did was a garter border instead of the cable border that's written in the pattern. When we were testing this, Gabby had said you could do that instead of a cable. And I did a cable on mine, but I think this is just a little more masculine. And I also just didn't feel like doing a cable, so I didn't. And yeah, I'm super, super, super pleased with it. It has just such a lovely drape. I'll get it a little closer. This is probably the last time you guys will see it. So we'll go through all the stitches there. And yeah, it's done. I would highly recommend this pattern. It is clearly written. It is so much fun. Flies off the needles as long as you don't keep messing up your stitch count. But you're constantly changing what you're doing. Like there's the garter section here. Then there's this little, I think it's called a bamboo stitch or something section. Then you do a little garter. Then you do some of these eyelet things. Then you start fading in your next color. Then some more eyelets. Then this dimple section. Then more eyelets. Then more fading. Then more eyelets. Then more garter. And it's so much fun because you're constantly doing something different. And it's a DK weight shawl. I don't knit a ton of DK weight things, as you know. I mostly do fingering. That's my jam. But this flew. Absolutely flew. And now my husband has a new shawl to wear, and he loves it. So there's that. I don't think there's a lot more to say about this. I have talked about it at great length. I'm just so happy. It's done. I did aggressively block this. That was the other thing I wanted to talk about. So as you can kind of tell, I'll put this back on. It is quite warm for this, so I don't want to keep it on too long. As you can tell, this one has ends that are a pretty good length. It's nice up around my neck. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. On mine, the ends didn't block out quite as long, which was the other reason I wanted to do that garter ridge, was to get that extra stretch there. And mine was knit in a sport weight. Knit Picks Galileo is what mine was. And I think it has a bamboo or viscose content along with wool in it. And it just didn't stretch as much. So I aggressively blocked this because I want it to stay on. I think he'll end up wearing this to work and things like that. So I want it to stay on and not fall off constantly. I think that I achieved that, and I'm really pleased with it. But I did aggressively block it. It really opened up those eyelets, gave it a lot of drape. Oh, I love it. Okay, that is enough of that though. There we go. Mammatus. And we're going to move on now. Let's move on to my other finished object. I will put the pattern name here because it's Italian and I am not even going to begin to attempt it. But this is my finished stocking. This is a new cast on and a new finished object. I talked last time about the stocking along, the Mary Stitchmas knit along, crochet along from Marley Bird. She has done this. I think this is the 4th year now for Christmas in July. And the last 3 years, including this year, have all the stockings sort of go together, which is lovely. And this is mine from this year. I am so pleased with it. This one is a free pattern on her website. If you go to the Mary Stitchmas knit along or crochet along or whatever on there, you should be able to find it. I don't know how long it will be a free pattern for, but it is available as a paid pattern over on Ravelry in a PDF. The yarn for this is all Knit Picks City Tweed DK, which is one of my absolute favorite hands down yarns, especially commercial yarn. It's got wool, alpaca, and Donegal tweed in it. I don't have the ball bands right here, so I can't tell you the exact fiber makeup, but I love it. I am so pleased with it. My husband and my brother put this color palette together. I showed on my last episode, I have a whole bag of leftovers from the last few years of stockings. Some is in Aran weight. I made a bunch of stockings for nieces and my nephew last year for Christmas. I've done the stocking along every year, so I had all these leftovers. This is 100% leftovers. I did not buy any, and I have plans to use up more of those leftovers, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But I don't remember all of the colors because I no longer have... I have no idea where the ball bands are for most of these. So I think this is like a charcoal. I know this is blue blood. I'm not sure what this green is. And I know this is cobalt. But yeah, I am super pleased with it. I will flash my floats for you all as well. You can kind of see I did some duplicate stitching on those ornaments. I don't know why I'm acting like I don't know how to show anything today. It's okay. It's fine. But I absolutely love it. If you are trying to learn color work for the first time, I would highly recommend trying out a stocking. It doesn't have to fit anybody. You can look at it all the time. It's so much fun. It's a lot of round and round. I would highly recommend doing a stocking if you're looking for a color work project. So this one has this pretty picot edging, just so easy to do. Way easier than you would think. My Latvian braid got kind of messed up. I sort of know what I did, but it's fine. I don't care. I think it looks great anyways. We've got holly leaves, these fun ornaments, little blippies in there, more holly leaves, and then the foot and the heel. I just love it. So yeah, I think that's about all I have to say about this. I will be adding a leather tab, so it'll hang like that. And it'll be a perfect addition to my stocking collection. So again, the pattern is by Marley Bird. The yarn is Knit Picks City Tweed DK. And that's my other finished object. So let's move on to works in progress. Since we're already talking about City Tweed DK, I will show you what I'm doing with more of my leftovers. So this is in this little fox bag. I don't know who the maker is. I think my husband bought this for me, but I really don't remember. It's got bow ties on the inside. It's so cute. And I'm going to put the name of this pattern up here as well. I tried looking up the pronunciation for this, and I got like 4 different pronunciations, and I have no idea which one is right. So we're going to just put it here. And this is a toque by Tin Can Knits. And whoop, we're using more City Tweed DK. My little stitch marker here is from Hannah Made It, She No Longer Dies. But it's just a really simple color work hat. So the blue is Coastal. The off-white is Snowshoe, and I'm not entirely sure what this green dark green is. You can't really see it in the pattern very well, so there it is. So I am hoping to use up more leftovers by doing several of these hats. I would like to use the rest of the DK left over from my husband's Mammatus to make him a matching hat in this pattern. I think that'd be fun. And this hat is for my brother. I'm a little concerned about the fit. He has quite a large head. And the ribbing has tons of stretch. I'm more concerned about the color work area. I don't think my color work is particularly tight or anything. He just has a very large head. And usually when I knit him hats, they tend to be quite tight. I don't really want to go up a needle size or anything because I don't want the color work to be gappy. So we'll see. I'm hoping it fits. Otherwise, I might give this to someone else or keep it. I don't know. But I should have enough DK, City Tweed DK left over to knit this hat and one for myself and one for a friend. So very much looking forward to that. I know you can't really see it very well yet, but I'm hoping that next time this will be a finished object. I would really like to get that yarn used up soon. And I don't think I have much more to say about it. I'll keep you updated on my progress. All right, we'll put that one aside and move to the next whip, which is one that you have seen so many times. If you are new here, then this won't be new to you. If you have seen, I don't think I talked about it on the last episode, but a lot of other episodes, you already know what's in this bag. It's my little fall coffee bag by Twisted Yarn Fiber. So yes, it's been in this bag since last October. We're talking about my Vertices Unite by Stephen West. And I'm actually fine with it being in this bag. In my head, I've already decided we're ready for fall. I'm just not a summer person. By August 1st, I am more than ready to start shifting to fall. Fall can run as long as it wants. I just love fall. So I'm okay with it being in this bag. I actually made real progress. Like real, you'll be able to tell progress. Which never happens. Never happens. I have been working on this shawl for forever. And I don't know why it's taken so long. I am knitting the larger size, which is probably part of it. But before I show it in all its glory, I want to show you how much progress I made because I am so proud of myself. I am also, my needles are getting tangled. There we go. So I got from, can we even find him? Oh, okay. I have already recorded this podcast once and I started editing it and I wasn't happy with it. So this is a re-record. And I had already moved the progress keeper. That's very sad. But he was like down here or something. You know what? I can tell because I made a little design element when we went to see Elementals at the drive-in. So I know I got from there, which was like here, all the way up. Done, which is a lot. That is a lot of back and forth knitting. This is all in fingering. All of the yarn is from Fangirl Fibers 2022 Disney Yarn of the Month Club. So let me show you how it is looking. Can we, I don't think I can even, oop, am I fitting it in the frame? This is so awkward to show you guys. So awkward to show. It's getting big. I love it. I am really, really, really loving it. Right now, I've gone back and forth. But I want this done soon. Like, I want it for fall. I want it for winter. I want it big to cozy up in on those chilly days. and it's just time. I'm ready to move on with my life here. So let's talk about the colorways really quickly. This red, purple, orange is Tale as Old as Time. The white that it's striped with like little blips of color you can kind of see is, oh, and Tale as Old as Time, inspired by Beauty and the Beast. White with little blips of color is called Glitch, inspired by Wreck-It Ralph. And then we'll get down here. There we go. Actually, yep. The blue purple is Under the Sea, inspired by The Little Mermaid. The rose gold pink is Best Day Ever, inspired by Tangled. And then this section is Sisu, inspired by Raya and the Last Dragon. So I'm not really sure why this has taken me so long. It is Gigundo. There's 2 sizes. I'm knitting the larger size. I think I may have already said that. But listen, I think I'm going to have Audacious August. I usually come up with a theme for the month, and I think this is going to be Audacious August. I am going to make goals that I have no business making. So we're not going to hold me to any of these. But my super audacious goal for August, I don't know if this is even possible. This is a massive shawl. I would love to have all of the knitting, not the border. There's an I-cord border. I would love to have all the knitting done by the end of August. Can I make that happen? I don't know. But this is Audacious August, and I'm going to have the audacity to say that's what I want to do. It probably won't happen, but maybe. We don't know. You never know. Could happen. It could. I still have to finish this section, which I'm hoping maybe to get a chance to work on today. Maybe I can sit down and knock most of that out today. And then I have 3 more sections. The other 3 sections appear to be quite a bit smaller than the 3 I've already knit. Maybe not smaller than this one, but smaller than this guy and this guy for sure. So yeah, I'm hoping to have that done. I would really love to have the whole thing off my needles before October. Just, yeah. But we'll see. We know how my promises to myself go when it comes to knitting. Knitting is supposed to be fun. So if I'm not feeling it, I'm not feeling it. But I'm feeling this right now. So again, Vertices Unite by Stephen West. You will see this at least probably 2 or 3 or 5 more times. Who knows? But there we go. I don't feel like I need to say much more about that. You guys have heard a lot about it already. Okay. This is one. Do you all remember this? You might not. I have only shown this, I think, once before. This is, the bag is by Ginger Root Bags. I'm not sure if she still makes bags or not. And this is my Headwaters by Jill Zielinski, who I think is Knitterella. And here's that. So I cast this on back in May when we were going on vacation. And I had knit to the cupcake. That's the last you saw of it. And put it down. So I picked it back up, figured out where I was in the lace section, and kept going. My little cupcake progress keeper is by Simply Serving. And I am really pleased, really pleased with how this is coming out. So I'm on the largest portion of the shawl. It's just an asymmetrical triangular shawl. And this large portion is just a garter repeat. So should be pretty easy to do. We'll see how long this takes me. It's pretty summery colors, and I am moving into fall mode, so I'm not sure Not sure how much time and effort is really going to be put on this for a while, but we'll see. I would love to get this done soon too. I just want to get it all done. I'm ready to cast on a lot of new things. I want to cast on some fall inspired things, but I don't want a ton of old whips hanging out on my needles either. I am really enjoying this. Really loved picking this back up. The yarn is amazing. So there's your show notes. There's her little tag. This is, the colorway is Panther Pink, and this is on her Highland sock base. So hand-dyed 2-ply tweed sock weight yarn, 85% superwash merino, 15% neps. So we have Panther Pink. I think this one is just gray. I don't remember. And the green, I believe, if I can get it out of here, is green apple. I love these bright, bright colors. They are so fun. And I'm really enjoying it. This is such an enjoyable pattern. The lace, I hadn't knit lace in a while. I can't remember. It might have been just finishing this, starting this. May have been the last time I knit lace. And it was so enjoyable. This lace was so easy to read. I haven't looked at it in months. Easy to pick up, easy to follow, just beautiful. So I really enjoyed, I'm going to show that lace again because it's just so pretty. Maybe I can spread some of it out a little bit so you guys can see. You can kind of see there. It's so pretty, and it's just really a lovely, enjoyable, fun knit. Now if you've been around, we all know how gray goes for me, how I do with those neutrals on basic stitches. They're going to take forever, but maybe not. Maybe this will be the one time I zip through it. We'll see. That's an audacious thing to say for August. Maybe I'll zip through that. Or maybe it will hibernate. We don't know. We don't know. We will find out. All right. Again, that was Headwaters by Jill Zielinski. And we're going to move on. You're moving at a nice pace. I like this. All right. So my last new cast on and my last work in progress for today is also my Kit and Caboodle cow cast on, which is none of the things that I said it was going to be in my last episode. At the 11th hour, literally at 11 o'clock at night, July 31st, I totally changed my mind. I'm still going to knit the 2 blankets that I said I was going to do, just maybe not for this cowl, and definitely the timing for the cast on just wasn't right for blankets. I'm probably going to try to cast on the, the Beekeeper's Quilt by Tiny Owl Knits, which I don't want to give away the pattern. I believe it is a paid for pattern, but you can sort of see it there. I am going to try to cast that on maybe today. I didn't plan on re-recording this though, so I don't have as much time as I had thought I would. But I might cast that on today or soon, using up my July countdowns from both last year and this year of the Pokemon yarns from Fangirl Fibers. That is something I still definitely will be doing at some point. I'm not planning to finish it during the craft along, but I definitely want to get it cast on at some point during that craft along. So we'll see. But it just wasn't right for kickoff cast on, but this was. So can you tell from the fabric what the theme is here? If you guessed the Haunted Mansion, you would be correct. You would be absolutely correct. So the new Haunted Mansion movie just came out, I think, last weekend. We are going to see it tomorrow evening at the drive-in. I am super excited. I love the Haunted Mansion. And I said I'm ready for fall. I'm ready for spooky season. I'm so ready for it. So we played the Haunted Mansion board game on Saturday. My brother came over, we played that. And it got me thinking that this would be the right project. So the bag is by Stitching Plaza. It's so cute. And this is, you're going to be shocked, a Fangirl Fibers kit. This was her Women of the Haunted Mansion kit. The yarn is Suri Alpaca, which is 75% Suri, 25% silk. And I had never worked with Suri before, and I am loving it. This colorway is Constance, which, if you're not familiar, is the bride in the Haunted Mansion. It's so pretty. It also kind of reminds me of Grover from Sesame Street. I don't know. I think because it's blue and fuzzy. And then this is just on her superwash sock base. And this one is Madame Leota. And it's just gorgeous. And I am making the shawl that came with the kit, the shawl pattern. We are all tangled in ends here. Hang on a second. Look at that. This is called Sympathetic Vibrations by Jessica Anderson Designs. She is the same designer that designed my 999 Happy Haunts wrap I knit last year from Fangirl Fibers, the Haunted Mansion, Halloween Countdown. I think that was 2021. Anyways, I'm hoping it'll be cool, like once the sun sets tomorrow, that I can wrap up in it while we watch the movie. And that was on a lot of episodes. So if you want to go back in the day and look, I think I finished that last fall or around this time last year. But this is gorgeous. There's more lace in this. Oh, I love it. This is so soft. It's so pretty. Oh, and these little ghosty stitch markers, which you're probably not going to be able to see real well, also came with the kit, so I'm using them. Oh, you can see the clear one a little bit better. All of the other things I've shown have been knit with Youghiogheny needles. These are just like Susan Bates or something from Joann's, and these are size 6. US size 6. Really proud of myself for remembering and knowing that. But yeah, it's so pretty. I am enjoying the lace. I knit a similar like style shawl by Cozy Up Knits a few years ago for one of their shawl alongs, where it had this like, we used mohair for that, but like a mohair and then a regular yarn and then a mohair, and alternated those sections. And it was also a semicircle. I don't know if I said this will be a semicircle shaped shawl. My goodness. Semicircle or crescent. It doesn't really matter. I love that kind of shape. And I really like the alternating yarns. I think it's so pretty and so cozy. So I know this is going to get a ton of wear. But that's all I have of this. Again, the pattern is Sympathetic Vibrations, which is based on a little quote from the Haunted Mansion. And the yarn is all by Fangirl Fibers. Are we surprised? No, we're not surprised. And yeah, we're having a whole Haunted Mansion themed thing going on here. I cast this on that morning of the Cal, and then that evening I worked on it while watching the Muppets Haunted Mansion. I probably will not knit on this during the Haunted Mansion movie at the drive-in because it's kind of a detailed pattern, but I'll bring it anyway, just to have with me. And maybe while it's still laid out before the movie starts, while we're waiting, maybe I'll get a few rows in on this, just for theme's sake. All right, Haunted Mansion cast on, moving on. All right. Future plans. Let's go with future plans. I already said my super audacious goal, which when I tell you all my future plans, you're going to go, Courtney, you're insane. You're not getting all this done. And you're probably correct. And it's totally okay. I do want to do a little check-in for my Whip 9 bingo challenge that I'm doing. I was able to cross off my Mammatus, which gave me a bingo there, and I only have these two left. Just that Vertices Unite and my husband's zippered vest that I still cannot find where I put the pattern. It is so safe. But we're on track. I am on track. We are still in the third quarter of the year, and I only have 2 projects left on here to go. That is really, really, really amazing, and I am so proud of myself. And I think the other ones will actually get done. I already talked about my plan for the beekeepers quilt. I had said last episode that I'd be casting on, I can't think of the blanket name. The Spiral Blanket of Awesome. That's it. By Sharon McMahon in my Disney Villain Halloween countdown from 2022. I still plan to do that. It just wasn't the right day. It just wasn't the right time. I don't know when I'll cast that on, but it'll happen. And when it happens, it'll be amazing. I will also, which I'll talk more about next time because I'm not quite ready to, I don't have all the info together to talk about it, but my friend Lauren is, she's pregnant. She is due in January. I'm super excited. And she just found out for sure she's having a girl. I'm so excited. So I already have picked out a cardigan pattern, and last night I ordered the yarn. So I'll talk more about that in detail, probably on the next podcast, once the yarn arrives, and I'm positive that's the pattern I'm going to use, but I'm so excited. Her baby shower will be in a couple of months, so I need to get on that as well. I have not made any more progress on my Christmas pickle ornaments. I know. Like I said, we'll be heading out of town for the Celebration of Life at some point over the next couple weeks. And you've seen this yarn before. It is the Fiber Seed Sprout DK in the Tropical Vibes colorway. My brother bought this. I wanted to knit with it so bad. And my brother bought this for me to make him a hat with it. So I'm going to be doing a ribbed hat by Pearl Soho. I don't remember the exact, that might be the name of it. I don't remember the exact name. I have knit several before. I've knit one for myself. I knit one for my husband. I knit one, I want to say, I'm pretty sure I knit one for my sister-in-law, but I could be wrong on that. Which if I haven't, I should knit one for her. I'll check on that. I'm not positive. But I've knit quite a few of them. And now I'm knitting one for my brother. And since it's ribbed, it should have a lot of stretch and fit his larger head. We'll see. I had him try my husband's on a couple weeks ago just to make sure. And he said it'd be nice if it could be looser, but it does fit. So we'll see. I'm hoping if it's tight but he wears it, that it'll stretch to his head size, but I don't know. Whatever, we'll figure it out. But this will be really good car knitting. I want to get this cast on. I have a Zoom meeting at work this week that I need something mindless to knit on during that. I also, there's so many noises outside. I'm getting so distracted. I'm so sorry. Lost my train of thought. Oh, drive-in. This would be good drive-in knitting for during the movie. So we'll see. That needs cast on probably today, or at least wound up today so that I can cast it on tomorrow. I think that's all I have for future plans. I just have a lot that I want to work on. Oh, I want to pull out my Autumn League pullover as well and get some more knitting in on that soon. If I could get past the sleeve division and onto the body, that would also be great car knitting. So we'll see. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. I do have one more work in progress. It's just not my work in progress. It is my husband's. So for the Kitten Caboodle craft along, he also cast on, well, he didn't cast on because he doesn't knit, but he started a kit. When I had come up with the idea, we went to Joann Fabrics one evening, which is a huge, which is like a big box craft store here in the US. And we bought a bunch of kits, mostly for him. I bought, I think, one for myself, and he bought a whole bunch. If you'd like to see all of them, they are in one of my previous episodes, the one where I announced the cowl. But he started, we're just going to say cast on because that's what I'm used to, this necklace. So it's a pendant, and you do this little, I guess, cross stitch or knot or something with embroidery floss. And he's making me a necklace. So he started this August 1st. And I think he's just got to glue down the little knots in the back. You can see there's the back, there's the front. Attach the jump rings and the chain. And then I think it'll be a finished necklace. So I will definitely wear this next time I record and show you all. So there's that. He has made some more cranes, but he turned all of those in. I believe we've reached 1,000 cranes, which is really exciting. So the library I work at is doing the 1,000 crane challenge, I guess. And my husband has probably made 90 or 100 of those. So very excited about that. They look beautiful. They're hanging all over the building. Maybe I should take pictures of those and put them in the next podcast, like hanging around our building at work. Maybe I'll do that next time. All right, let's move into stash additions. So first I'll talk about, I'm probably not going to put a picture in or anything. A coworker gave me some leftover yarn from someone that he knew who was going to throw it away, and some of the skeins are almost full skeins. A lot of them are half skeins. There's so much I can still do with this. So it's all worsted weight acrylic. I know, right? I just cleaned out my worsted weight acrylic stash and it just comes back in, which is totally okay. I really like the colors of this yarn. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. A lot of it is sparkle, wintry colors, so maybe some kind of winter bunting or garland. I'm not sure. Who knows? It'll probably just sit in my stash for a while. The next thing that I am going to show is, I feel silly, but spoiler alert, I guess, if you haven't gotten it and you also haven't managed to get spoiled by either the dyer, because I got spoiled by the dyer. A little bit sad about it, but it's okay. It's not a big deal. Or on Instagram or whatever. So Fangirl Fibers Barbie Quarterly Club, the last installment. I hadn't even received mine yet, and it was already out for pre-order. I found out by opening up the Fangirl Fibers newsletter. I was like, oh, okay. I was really excited to get it, but that's okay. So anyways, Rollerblade Barbie is gorgeous. It's not the end of the world. Getting spoiled is not the end of the world. It's totally not a big deal. It's so pretty. So pretty. I want to use all three of my Barbie skeins together in the same project. I have no idea what project that will be yet, and that's okay. I'm not in any kind of a hurry. I think this might be a next summer project or a dead of winter I need color in my life project, but I don't know. We'll see. So anyways, that's Rollerblade Barbie on DK. Let's go with the next thing, which is the last stash edition. We're going to talk about my last installment of my Pokemon calendar 2023. So the last couple of episodes have the first and middle parts. This one is July 21st through July 31st. So our last poison type, I think it's poison type, was Zielinski. This was July 21st. Then we'll talk about our psychic types. So July 22nd was psychic. It's really pretty purple. July 23rd was Espion. Oop. July 24th is Mew. I wish I had thought to bring down my giant Mew plushie, but that's okay. July 25th is Spoink. And July 26th is Gothorita. So those are our psychic type Pokemon. So pretty. So pretty. And I'm trying to put them all back with their respective dates and stuff. I have all the bags laid out so that I can put them away in the right order. I want to knit them up in order, although they won't be in order in the blanket, which is fine. Next up is dark type. So that was July 27th. July 28th was Murkrow. July 29th was Purloin. July 30th was Zorua. I see this one a lot in Pokemon Go, but I can't really pronounce the name. And our final one was Umbreon. And those are the dark types. So I have thoroughly enjoyed this calendar, obviously, since I ordered the second one this year. And I can't wait to knit those all up. Okay, life update. The past couple of weeks, we've done a lot of Pokemon Go. We've gone to the zoo the last couple of Sundays in the afternoon for different Pokemon Go community days and walked around and just enjoyed ourselves. My brother has slept over the last couple of weekends, and we've done that. Last weekend on the Saturday, we just had a super chill board game day, which was really fun. Anyways, we played the Haunted Mansion board game. We played Disney Villainous, the Marvel edition, which was super fun. My brother got that from Sweets and Geeks a while ago, and that was our first time playing both of those games. So those were really fun. And we did some Pokemon. I've been working on playing through Pokemon Shining Pearl. That's the video game I've been working on. I did play Dreamlight Valley, Disney Dreamlight Valley, yesterday for a few hours while I painted my nails. That then my top coat, I don't know what happened. It got really gloppy and basically ruined the nail polish I'd put on. So I took it back off and it was a waste of 3 hours, but it's fine because I usually paint it and then sit and play Dreamlight Valley while it dries and then do the next coat and then play. So it's fine. It gave me an excuse to play. So that was fun. And I think that's it. So let's end this here. I have so enjoyed spending time with you guys. I will put a few photos in a slideshow, I think, at the end. Just little nature photos of around, like, oh, that was the other thing we did. My brother and I put together some flower bouquets from the flowers outside in our yard. Some zinnia bouquets, and they were really lovely. So I'll put some pictures of those and some other nature photos that I've taken over the past week or so at the end. And I think that's about it. A reminder, put your questions on Instagram, on Ravelry if you want to send me a message on Ravelry. Email me or pop them down below in a comment. That would be preferred for my Ask Me Anything episode. Or just comment, let me know what you're working on. Enter if you're working on a kit in the Cal. And yeah, if you can like and subscribe, I would super appreciate that too. It helps us grow our little community Please feel free to share. Actually, please just share about the knit along, crochet along, craft along, whatever along. I would really, really appreciate it. The more the merrier. All right, have a great couple of weeks, and I hope that you find some time to get some crafting done in your little corner of paradise, and I'll be here just knitting away in my little corner of Parmadise. I'll see you next time, friends. Bye.